What's up everybody, Joe here from Hard Hustle Printing, and what I want to do on my YouTube channel is I want to create a section for those of you that are having issues when it comes to embroidery, or if you just have a question about all the buttons on the display, or you've seen in one of my other videos where I was doing something and you just want me to better explain it to you so you know exactly what I'm doing. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is one of the questions I get a lot from people that are just starting out is, how do you fix errors like this right here and this one right here? Whenever you're embroidering and the bobbin runs out and it keeps going, and then you go back to embroider and it leaves a spot or leaves a gap like that right there, how do you go back and fix that? Or if the image has completely finished embroidering and then you look at it, how do you go back and fix something like that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the float button so that you can fix those errors before you take it off of the hoop. If you take it off the hoop, then you're going to have an issue because then you have to line it back up and then hopefully you can get it back in the same spot. But if you do not take it off the hoop, the registration should be exactly where it needs to be and you shouldn't have an issue. So let's go ahead and get into the machine. All right, so here we are with the display of the MT1501, and as you can see, there's a lot of buttons on here. And throughout this, we are going to cover every single one of these buttons in different videos. Right now, we are concentrating on just this button right here, so I can show you if you get a misstitch the way I purposely did the one in this video, you will be able to go back and fix that. On this right here, you're going to see that there's a bunch of different modes. So right now, hopefully you can see it. We are in stop mode, and then if I click it, we're going to go to FL, which stands for float low. And then if I hit it again, it's going to say FH, which is going to mean float high. And then we're going to have add. So the main one, or the main two that you're going to use, is the float low and the float high. So if you look, whenever I put it on float low, and if you look at the display, what's going to happen? Whenever I hit start, you're going to see it's actually going to be like if it's embroidering, but the needle is not going to be going up and down. All right, so as it's floating low, and say we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to the T. So we're going to wait till it gets to the T. Whenever it comes to the T, all we're going to do is hit the stop button to stop it where we want it. But say you went too far like we just did right now. So if you went too far and you need to do the bottom of the T that we just passed up, we want to back it up. All you have to do is hit the stop button again. When you hit the stop button, it's going to go in reverse, and to stop it, you go ahead and hit stop again. So let's get it to the front of the T where we wanted it, and that's how you would do that in the float load. So let's go ahead and hit the button, and now you're going to see we're at float high. Same concept, but whenever we do this, the arm is not going to be moving as if it's embroidering. So now you're going to notice when I hit this thing is going to go really fast, and then whenever I stop it, the arm is going to move to that current location. So let's go ahead and hit start for a little bit. And as you can see, it's going real fast, and then whenever I hit stop, it's going to go to that exact location where we stop it. And the same concept here, if you get to this spot right here and you want to back it up, you can hit stop again. It's going to back it up, but you're going to have to be quick. So if you get it into this area where you're ready to re-embroider it, just hit it back to float low, and then hit your stop button and let it take you back to the actual spot that you need to get to. Say we forgot the top of that, we're going to hit that button right there, and then we can start to embroider that spot right there. So let's go ahead and put a piece on here. We're going to embroider it. We're going to leave this piece out right here like I said, and then I'm going to show you how to add it back in there. So let me go ahead, do that. Okay, so here we are with the file, and as you can see, right there in that spot is what I intentionally missed. Sometimes whenever you're doing a bulk or you're doing a lot, this can be overlooked. And then whenever you go and you take it off the hoop, you're going to end up with something like this. Sorry, it's right there. But you're going to end up with something like this, and then you try to put it back on, you have to re-register the whole thing, and probably about 95% of the time you won't get it right. So make sure whenever you take your hoop off of the embroidery machine, you double check, triple check, make sure everything has embroidered right so you don't have to run into that issue. But if you get this right here, I'm going to show you how to fix that. What we're going to do is put this back onto the machine. We're going to come up here where it says finish now instead of stop, and we're going to hit float low, and then we're going to change it to float high because we want to get way over here. So now we're going to go through here and we're going to hit it, and it's going to go all the way through the image. And we're trying to get to that spot right there. So we're going to go a little bit more. And we're good. Like I said, we done passed it up. So go ahead, back to float low. And then we're going to look at what we got. So that's where we're going to leave it right there. So the next thing you have to do is you have to make sure you come back in here and put it back to stop. One thing you're going to see is the arm up here is going to move, but the presser foot is not going to embroider. So let's go ahead and start this. The reason it's doing that is because the machine thinks that it has already embroidered that spot. So what you have to do is you have to come to this switch right here and you have to press it up, and you're going to see that it's going to turn red. When it turns red, you're overriding it and you're telling it as soon as you hit start to embroider that spot. So let's go ahead and do that. So now that I've done that, whenever I hit start, it's going to start to embroider right away. So since we are just doing this piece right here, you have to watch it, because after it does this, it's going to want to keep embroidering the whole image. We're not going to put a pause in there. We're not going to do it to manually do any of that stuff. I will show you that stuff later on. But for now, what we are going to do is we're going to just watch what it's doing. And as soon as it embroiders that spot, we're going to stop it. If we don't stop it, it's going to go back and embroider everything, and then the whole image isn't going to look right. So we are good to go. We're going to hit start, and you're going to see that it's going to start right away. And then I hit start. I hit stop. So I hit stop so that it would stop, but if I didn't hit stop, it's going to want to continue going with the image. And as you can see now, our image is perfectly fine. All right, so that's it. If you're new to embroidery, I hope I showed you something new when it comes to those float low, float high. So that's it. That's a way you can go back and cover up something that was missed while it was embroidering due to the bobbin, a needle break, or whatever it is, right? So that is a way to go back and do it. Just remember, you have to override the machine, click it up to where it's red, or if it's blinking red, so that the machine will start and you can continue embroidering. Just remember, you have to watch it, because if you don't, it's going to keep embroidering. So from personal experience, RICOMA, whenever you do your hands-on training with the tech, they don't train this part of the machine. They do send you a bunch of videos that you are supposed to watch before you schedule your training with the trainer that covers that part. But for me personally, it was more of, let me watch these videos, check the block so that I can schedule my training with the actual trainer, right? So make sure you guys watch those videos so that you guys will have a lot of your questions already answered. But if you didn't watch them, I'm gonna create a whole section right here in my YouTube channel for you guys. So like I said, I'm gonna create this little section in my YouTube channel. I haven't done it yet, but it's gonna be right here. But we will put all the videos in this section right here so that you guys can always come back and watch these videos if you have any questions or want to know something about what I've done. And then, like I said, if you got any questions about the display, embroidery in general, or something that I've done in the past, leave a comment down below, and I'm gonna do my best to make a video for you guys, and I'm gonna post it in that section. All right, so thank you guys for watching another one of my videos. Thank you guys for all the support, and until next time, keep pressing.